Hello, I am Jim Rohn, and if you're here, you might be carrying a familiar confusion. Why is that person distant and cold when they used to be so close and warm? Maybe you're trying to hold on to a relationship with someone who, every time you get closer, they pull away. You love them, but you're also tired of feeling abandoned, locked out of their heart. You are not alone. Many people find themselves in relationships with someone who has an avoidant attachment style, someone who, due to past hurt, has built invisible walls and constantly fears being trapped or losing control. So how can you get an avoidant person to open up and love you again? How do you avoid being swept into despair and instead become the gentle light that makes them want to step out of their defensive fortress? Stay with me until the end of this video, because I will share with you profound psychological strategies, gentle yet incredibly effective, to touch the heart of an avoidant without losing yourself. And if you find that this content resonates with what you're going through, hit subscribe now, so you don't miss any videos that will help you understand human psychology, heal relationships, and build lasting love through understanding. Imagine an ancient, sturdy castle standing firm against the cold wind, each stone stacked upon another as if to challenge any attack from the outside. The person you love is like that castle, strong, mysterious, sometimes revealing rare glimpses of tenderness, moments of closeness that make your heart flutter. But then, in the blink of an eye, they retreat behind the thick walls, as though afraid of something invisible. The heavy gates close, and the once lively hallways where laughter echoed between you now only hold darkness and silence. You stand there, wondering if you'll ever have the chance to step through that door again and touch their heart, or if it was all just a fleeting dream. So, what made them build those solid walls? Perhaps from long ago, a childhood lacking the warmth of loved ones or the scars of a broken heart, they learned that opening up means getting hurt. Each time they were abandoned, every unfulfilled promise became a brick, slowly building an impenetrable fortress. These walls protect them from pain, but they also unintentionally imprison them in loneliness, pushing away the fragile happiness that love can bring. You, the one beside them, can still see the faint light shining through the cracks. You remember the days when they once opened their heart, even if just for a moment, and that warmth was like a fire that warmed your soul. Now, you long to find that again, but don't know how to get past their solid defenses. Every time you knock on their door, you only receive silence, and within you rise the tormenting questions. Am I strong enough to break down this wall? Did they ever truly love me? Or is it all just a fragile hope? Yet, deep within you still believe that behind those fortresses, their heart is waiting to be set free. Don't let those doubts imprison you. Love can still bloom again, but it needs gentleness and understanding to nurture it. Remember that their distance is not a game or a fleeting intention, but the shell they unknowingly created to shield their deepest fears. To make them open up, you cannot storm in like a threatening stranger. Instead, be a persistent companion, bringing warmth and never pressure, never leaving in anger, even when you feel weary. Imagine you are the lighthouse in the dark sea, casting a gentle light but not blinding, inviting them to leave their small, lonely corner. The strange thing is, even though they need space to be free, deep in their heart they still long for a connection, but one that doesn't suffocate them. If you rush and force, they will retreat further into their own world. On the other hand, if you silently walk away, they might think you've given up. Therefore, you must move carefully, not too far, not too close. Like a dance that requires perfect balance, speak to them in a soft tone so they can feel that you respect the boundaries they set. It is this patience that will be the key. You don't need to break down the wall. You just need to stand there, waiting for the day they pull the ladder down. Each word, each small action from you can be a brick removed from the fortress. Slowly they will realize that you are not the cold wind wanting to destroy, but the warm sunshine ready to warm their world. Believe that, as long as you don't give up, the fire of love can still rise from the ashes that seem to have cooled. When they realize you are a peaceful harbor, not restrictive, not imposing, they will gradually move closer, even if just in unexpected moments. Don't expect this to happen regularly like the ticking of a clock. Sometimes it comes like a fleeting breeze, gentle and rare. But each time is proof that they still crave connection, as long as it doesn't imprison them in the cage of lost freedom. The distance you leave behind is not a cold, deep pit, but a warm space where they hear your silent whisper, "I'm here and I cherish you," without asking them to change themselves. Gradually, this persistent presence can melt the ice they built. As trust is sown day by day, they begin to realize that this bond is not the trap they once feared. Complaints or harsh tones are like the rough waves, pushing them deeper into their hideout, reinforcing the belief that love is pain. It is losing control. But steady gentleness is like the spring sunshine, slowly lighting up the dark corners of their soul. Imagine telling them, "I understand you need time and space to hold on to yourself, and I don't want to change that. It's just that whenever you're ready, I'll always be here to listen." These words carry no pressure or resentment. It's like an open door, allowing them to step through when they want, with the safe feeling that you won't judge, that you don't demand. These simple words are worth their weight in gold because they give them the wings of freedom rather than the chains of pressure. It is this sincerity, like a refreshing breeze, that will gently pull them closer to you step by step without making them feel afraid. If the person you love has ever opened up to you, perhaps on a quiet night or a rare moment of vulnerability, cherish it like a precious gem. They have given you a small part of their hidden world, like a guard opening the gates of a fortress. Treasure this gift. Show them that opening up is not something to fear, that you won't laugh at or belittle the trust they placed in you. When you do this, you become someone special, a safe haven where they won't be hurt for revealing the scars in their heart. Avoidant individuals are often practical souls, fond of clarity and control. Perhaps from childhood or through life's harsh lessons, they've seen emotions as elusive waves. Therefore, they've built a stable world based on reason, where they are good at organizing, solving problems, and getting things done smoothly. That is where they feel safest. Instead of pulling them into the deep waters of emotion they are hesitant about, why not step closer to them, right on the familiar ground they know? When a relationship faces difficulties, don't let emotions take the lead. Instead of blurting out, "You never care about me," try a gentler approach. "I've noticed that we spend less time together on weekends and it makes me feel a bit lost. Would you like to plan something together, maybe a short trip or just a movie night at home to make things feel closer?" You point out a specific thing, the lack of shared time, along with your feeling being lost, and suggest a solution, a small date. It's no longer a tear-filled argument, but a simple problem that both can solve together. It is this clarity that will make them feel comfortable enough to step forward, little by little, without fear of being overwhelmed. When you use a way of speaking they can easily accept, without making them shrink away, you are opening a door without needing to break anything down. Think of ancient times, when people in small villages overcame difficulties together. They bonded not through sentimental words, but through collective action. For the avoidant person, the idea of opening up might feel like a trap, making them fear losing their freedom or being bound. But if you make it a win-win game, allowing them to maintain their own space, they may unexpectedly embrace it with a smile. Try finding things both of you can do together, like tidying up a dusty corner of a room, planning a weekend trip with clear steps, or even conquering a challenge together like hiking. Each time you complete something, no matter how small, it's like planting a seed of trust between you. When they see your strength blending with theirs, creating a beautiful result, the wall in their heart starts to crack, revealing the light of connection. The key lies here. We are stronger together, and no one has to sacrifice themselves. Notice how those moments of companionship gradually change everything. You are skillfully showing them that closeness is not a burden or a tight cage, but wings that help both of you fly higher, gently removing the heavy stones that weigh down their soul. Each small, successful project is a brick taken down, not by force, but through natural cooperation. Gradually, they will realize that being with you is not only safe, but also an exciting journey where they can be themselves and still be loved. It is these simple things that will make their heart flutter, little by little, without them even realizing. Nothing makes an avoidant person more fearful than the feeling of being forced, as if they have to live to please you at all times. If you unintentionally touch their freedom like a cold breeze blowing through, they will tighten their armor, pushing you further away. But love, in its deepest meaning, is about nurturing together, not pulling each other into a suffocating whirlpool. The secret lies in how to make them see you as a companion, not a conqueror. Imagine you are painting a picture together, each holding their own brush but blending into a beautiful scene. Every day, subtly send them the message: I don't want to change you, nor do I need you to be perfect for me. I just want to walk beside you. When they realize that being with you is not about losing themselves, but about adding color to their life, their worry will give way to curiosity. They will begin to imagine a new world, one where they are still themselves, but with a warm thread connecting two hearts. Love only blooms in peace, not amidst a storm of emotions. If you let yourself sink into worry and cling, you may inadvertently wear them out. This doesn't mean you have to hide your desires, but find other anchors, close friends, a chat with a professional, or a hobby to relieve stress, to keep your soul light. Their fortress will never open with loud knocking, but only with the sound of a gentle melody. Be the cool breeze, not the whirlwind. When they see that you respect their personal space while still reaching out to welcome them, they will gradually step forward, not because they are forced, but because they want to. That's how you plant the seeds of love, little by little, in a garden where no one has to lose themselves. Your calmness and confidence are the warm fire in the dark night. It quietly tells them, I am strong enough to weather my own storms. I know how to cherish myself to keep my heart steady. And I love you enough to give you the space you need. It is this determination, like a river smoothing the stones, that can make them gradually forget the fear that opening up means stepping into chaos. Over time, they won't be able to resist the gentle light you radiate. Imagine one day, the person who once was distant and closed off starts to move closer to you through small but meaningful gestures. A surprise text in the middle of a busy day, a soft voice asking how your day is going, or a nod agreeing to share a burden with you. These are the first rays of sunlight breaking through the thick clouds, proof that your patience is gently pulling them out of their deep cave. Their fortress still stands, but the door is no longer locked. The once cold corners now begin to echo with laughter and understanding between the two of you. This doesn't happen in the blink of an eye. It's a long journey, woven from thousands of small moments where you respect them and together create something new. The secret to making them love you again lies here. Show them that love is not something to fear, but a safe place. You do this with stability, kindness, and the way you always respect their boundaries. They will gradually believe that the bond you create is not a trap, but a wide open path where both can walk together while still being themselves. Don't force them to beg for love. Be the guide, so they can choose to step forward on their own. When an avoidant person decides to open up, it will be a strong love because it comes from their heart, awakened by your tireless gentleness. And when that happens, the fortress is no longer a hiding place, but the home of both. In conclusion, the journey to touch the heart of an avoidant person is not a battle to break down their fortress, but a gentle dance of patience, respect, and understanding. By becoming a warm fire, not forcing, not claiming, you can awaken their trust so they willingly step out of their safe shell and build a lasting love with you. That is the power of gentleness, not only opening the door, but also turning the cold fortress into a home full of love. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. I hope these insights have given you a new perspective, some inspiration to nurture the important relationships in your life. If you found this content helpful, don't forget to hit the subscribe button so you won't miss the next videos. Leave a comment below, share your thoughts or your own story. I look forward to listening and talking with you. Once again, thank you and see you next time.